Okay, looks like we're back. Let me. Okay, we are back. All right, travelers, we are back. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of technical difficulties. So we're going to wait for people to get back in. Sorry about that, y'all. But there goes the ebbs and flows of a horror stream. Sometimes, you know, things just decide they're not going to work out right. But yeah, it just seems like we're getting a little bit of lag still. So I don't know exactly why I'm still laggy, but we're going to push through it, guys. But appreciate you being here. Let me look at my settings to see if I can actually get my streaming back here right. Okay. Thanks a lot, Josh. Give me a second. Um, super fast. Okay. Let me try this encoder here. Maybe this will allow me. Well, yes, as long as you can hear. That's the most important thing. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it looks like my internet just decided to just craze out on me. But hey, as long as you can hear, we are at 1 minute and 7 seconds, guys. No, 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 4 seconds. So we're gonna start off from right there, guys. But thanks again for hanging out with me. Maybe it'll just go a little bit better in the replay. But hey, I'm learning. I'll have to probably mess with the settings on the next stream. I shall report this. The guy's ready to snitch. This is like where it gets like so crazy. Okay, let me actually. I think I figured out what I need to do. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm messing with different encoders, so let me see. That Wendy's ad. Man, that's like so crazy. Hey, Josh, glad you're back, buddy. I may do a quick restart, guys. But as long as you guys can hear and everything, it's good. Thanks for sticking in with me. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be running to just like, oh, I'm out of here. Dude's huffing it. This dude did a great job though. Like he really sells being like ultra afraid. Uh, well, hey, thanks for being here, guys. I'm glad that you could hear though. So your birthday's on Sunday? Hey man, happy early birthday, Joseph. Yeah, man. Doing anything in particular for your birthday? David Naughton did so good at this film. Like the confusion he has is just like I think this is probably one of the best portrayals of someone dealing with, being a werewolf. I think Ginger Snaps did it as well, very well, especially from the perspective of a woman or a girl becoming a woman. So that's a cool aspect. NBA 2K5. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. So you're a bit of a gamer as well, Joseph? Yeah, man. The older that I get, man, hanging out at home and enjoying horror films on your birthday just seems like a great time for me. Like, for instance, I'll be spending Halloween on a cruise ship, so that would be interesting. Have a way to give out candy. I'm gonna actually bring candy, and if there are kids on the ship, just give out some candy. I'm definitely bringing a costume on the ship, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. A ghost face costume doesn't really require much space in the luggage, but I kind of want to be Bob from Beetlejuice, So those Bob costumes look pretty fun. So, but they're pretty much of the moment. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. So, what is you guys' like favorite road horror movie? Do you have like a favorite travel horror movie? As I mentioned earlier, I think mine is The Shining. Absolutely love The Shining. I think that counts. And that's how you end up on the registry list. Yeah, Tourist Trap definitely counts. I consider The Shining as counting because, they're traveling to get to the Overlook. And with the Overlook being a hotel, I mean, it's just like set for travel. Hey, you gotta give them £2. Man, John Landis just really had like so much talent. You know, even with him, you have like oh, you ordered an Overlook um poster. Yeah, I love The Shining. The Shining is probably my favorite horror film overall. So I'm always down for something Overlook related. Good morning. I love how he just says like good morning. I've been out doing things. Scaring children. Yes, yes. About it being your favorite. Yeah. Let's see, Joseph. I mean, waking up naked at the zoo. I mean, if I had $1 that happened for every time that happened. Yeah, for my next stream, I'm gonna make sure that is really optimized well, guys, so that we don't have any lagging. David's always behaving strangely. I think my playback is going well again, at least for me watching the film. Probably poor stream health as well, guys. So I apologize for that. But as long as you guys can hear, that's all that matters. Yeah, Daniel Harris has been in some cool stuff. Just frolicking in the London streets. Now I'm at 1:15 and 34 seconds. Wow, Edgar Allan Poe Speakeasy? That's cool. Man. Is that in Cincinnati? Where exactly is that, Jeff? Sounds like fun. They just opened up a restaurant that's like a haunted castle restaurant here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. So hopefully I'll get a chance to check it out sometime next month. Make some good content. Joseph, have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. Catch you on the 30th for it looks like it's gonna be Terrifier, but we'll see if someone decides to make a comeback. Have a good night, buddy. Yeah, I definitely want to go to like these filming locations. Oh, Miamisburg. Okay, cool, cool. You'll have to let me know how it is, Jeff. The police officer's just like so British and so nice. It's like there's no need for that. He's like, I'm gonna do the worst things possible to get arrested. So this is what happens when your friends die. This is like the nicest police officer ever. He's like, I love you. It's like I've done some absolutely terrible things. Yeah, John Landis was just like on quite a roll in the '80s. Like, of course, my favorite movie of his is Coming to America. Absolutely fantastic movie, classic. The police investigation. Yeah, those are faces you could trust. Yeah, man. If I'm ever out there in London, I'm definitely doing a filming locations video on this. If I have to double check and see if Michael and Jessica have done a filming location video on this. I know they're in Europe a lot with the Grim Life Collective channel, so I need to check and see if they've done that. I know there's definitely been some YouTubers that have done some filming location vids on this, so I have to check out and see how those are. Um, Josh, the cruise will be for a week. So it goes on, I think, from October the 27th to like November the 2nd, 3rd, or whatever that is. So I will be, I think, in Honduras for Halloween. So I have to double check. Maybe I could find some. Well, part of it will be in Mexico. Some of my cruise, so maybe I could find like some cool Day of the Dead type stuff since it'll be around that time of year. You little creep. Mm. Bah, 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 bah. This movie's so good. Like you really feel for him. Like they really do such a good job with the characters in this movie because you really feel for David. He's like in this really bad predicament, you know. It just really makes you think, like, how would you absolutely deal with the same situation? Oh, really? So Sean did one? Oh, I know Sean like left no stone unturned. So that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh, I got it ad. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I know Sean did a fantastic job on that. Like he always does. It's cool actually meeting. Well, seeing him again. I've met him like this is probably this latest time that I saw him was probably like my fourth time meeting Sean. And such a down to earth dude. Like seriously, like he is not snarky or very like I'm just like supreme horror fan number one or anything like that. That guy's just like a genuine pure horror fan, just like any other regular guy. So really, see, I'm not surprised with Michael and Jessica. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, you know what? I think I remember them interviewing John Landis. I think I remember seeing that video. So I have to look into that one again for both Grim Life and Sean. Oh, it was just an interview. Okay, cool, cool. But yeah, I remember them doing the interview with him. That's cool. Like, I love seeing other content creators in the horror realm that really inspire me because Michael and Jessica are like definitely big inspirations as well as Sean Clark. The adult theater is always a funny scene. I didn't promise you no. Yeah. If he ever walks past you, Josh, and he's not necessarily busy, say something to him, man. I like that he takes the time to actually talk to people because it's not uncommon for me to see him at a convention and he's just like talking to an attendee about either like some horror movie that they both enjoy, about a filming location, or just anything horror related. And I try to be that as well. I want to be something similar. Even though I'm a small YouTuber, I want to be someone that's like completely accessible by the people that really enjoy my content. Jack's seen better days, but I mean, he's hanging in there. It's like, hey man, what's up? How's it going? That would absolutely be the worst to be able to see your victims and just hear all their comments about stuff. Just like, oh my gosh, could you leave me alone? That's quite the discussion to have in an adult theater. Hey man, I really appreciate that, Josh. Seriously, man. It's always good to meet people and fellow horror fans. I think that's like one of my favorite things about going to horror conventions is meeting, all the cool people, both people that I'm aware of and people that I'm not aware of at that moment until I actually get a chance to meet them. So that's one of the things I really really appreciate. Just meeting like so many people from all types of different walks of life that share the enthusiasm for horror that I have. I don't necessarily have to worry about nerding out too hard around fellow horror fans because they definitely get it. They're just like, oh man, I love that movie too. So, just being able to do this or do that or hang out and, that's just like literally having Halloween on, multiple times a year. I want to get on one of those double decker buses in England. The closest I've come to it is the double decker buses in Las Vegas. I'm pretty sure they're way more polite on the buses in London. Oh no, it's happening again. This is the worst time ever. Thanks, Josh. I'm trying my best to, man. I'm really trying to get out there and expose the channel to as many people that may be interested in it as possible. That was a nice British set right there. Those some nice coasters for a tea party. I'm at 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 3 seconds. Oh wow, man! Right after the royal wedding, man, I bet it was absolute madness during that time. Yeah, I can imagine it being a bit crazy. Yeah, the double decker bus tour is definitely something I've always wanted to do. I mean, people talk about touristy stuff, but I think that's fun. I mean, you are a tourist, so do tourist stuff. Now, of course, do the stuff that the locals do as well, but hey, take advantage of the touristy stuff. I always feel. Yeah, I definitely want to do London. Whenever I do make it down for the love of horror in Manchester, I'll probably come down to London and do some hanging out there. This Empire is always pretty fun too. You just feel so sorry for David. Yeah, Jeff, the Melissa Barrera line was man, it was cool, man, and I'm glad that you were next to me and you spoke to me because it definitely made the time go by faster. I think that's one of the best things about you know being at a horror convention is speaking to the people in the line with you because that's a great way to meet friends. I've met more than a few good people just making some conversation. Yeah, I'm totally doing a Jack the Ripper tour. Um, that that one lady, the Irish lady that does the tours there, that's pretty popular. I definitely want to do a tour with her because I've seen YouTube videos of her tour and she's just like she knows all the ins and outs and she definitely sets the scene for it. So Hopefully, I'll get lucky enough to get her to give me a tour. But yeah, you're right, man. Doing the tours, man, they definitely save down on time, especially when you don't have a lot of it. I did the same with the Stephen King tour at the Stanley Hotel. I was running a little short on time, and it was like I want to see the Stanley, and I'll probably only have like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I figured that the Stephen King tour would probably go to all the things that I wanted to see, and they did. It was really cool. Like literally, the only thing that I didn't get a chance to see was room 217. But maybe one day we'll stay in room 217. I think they currently have like a year long wait for the room. So, you just have to call way in advance and set your trip up from there. And I believe they are booked up on Halloween for like the next 10 years, they said. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that area is definitely not the same. The bombings from World War II kind of really destroyed a lot of that area. Yeah, and exactly. And that was a really rough area of town back in those days. So, um, it's cool to see the juxtaposition of like how it looks now. It's all like gentrified and everything like that. It's really cool to just see that. Um, so I definitely want to do that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that room 217 is a hot ticket there. I definitely want to go again next time I'm out that way and just maybe go to the restaurant and a few other things. Oh, cool. You just live about 45 minutes away. Yeah, it's so beautiful out that way. Like, seriously. Like, the drive in, it just really, like, put me in this, like, very cool mind state. Oh, David. But yeah, it was definitely something that I really enjoyed. I love that whole lore around The Shining, and I also want to go to the other hotels, like the hotel that's in Oregon, that was the inspiration for the exterior of the film, and I want to go to the that's the end of the film, y'all. It's just such an abrupt ending. But I mean, it's kind of like, where do you go else from there? But yeah, I think that's like super cool. I did a hotel in California that's next to Yosemite. That is the inspiration for the interior of the overlook. So I definitely want to do that. Yeah, I've heard that theory, Jeff, about how Jack the Ripper was probably H. Holmes, or the probability that he could have been. Um, I love seeing all the videos about the suspects. Um, I personally think that he was probably. I think he was caught, but they don't think they never correlated him to Jack the Ripper. I'm pretty sure that he was caught and jailed and something of that nature. But Jack the Ripper also kind of like makes me think of my favorite like serial killer true crime theory, which is um the man from the tracks, or the man from the train tracks, which is the theory of how like early serial killer that used the hatchet killings, like they always took place in towns that are very close to a railroad. So the railroads were pretty much like the truckers of today, when they have the theory of how like a lot of serial killers are truckers, and that's how they're able to, you know, have so many victims and then just stay on the move. So the theory of the man from the tracks is basically the same thing, of how they feel that, there's this guy who was committing these heinous crimes, and he would just jump on the train tracks and just hop on to the next town. But yeah, man, H.H. Holmes is also such a crazy story. Like, just getting caught up in a whole World's Fair fiasco. And just to think about like how smart the guy was. Like, and he was the ultimate scammer as well. So yeah, man, like I'm such a like guy that's like totally into like true crime and horror films and things of that nature. So that's always like super cool to look into. I've always been a bit fascinated by that. I mean, it's just the fact that, we have these people that are able to do these dark things, and you just kind of have this, thought in your mind of wondering like what makes them do that. So there's a cool documentary on I believe on Max about that. I think it's called Crazy Not Insane. And it's basically about like how like a lot of these serial killers are absolutely, out of their minds, but how they are rarely convicted of being insane, legally insane. And they talk about that in that documentary. And it's pretty interesting. I would highly recommend it for people that are into true crime. And it came into like certain correlations for a lot of serial killers, like being abused as a child, or things of that nature, such as like head injuries. A surprising amount of serial killers suffered head injuries um, early in their lives. So that was something that, if you're interested in that, definitely check out. Oh man, like again, guys, like thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I had to use these headphones because my regular headphones, I charged them up and they're in my bag, so they're getting ready for me to travel and everything. But I hope y'all are, enjoying your night. I definitely enjoyed hanging out with you guys, even though I had a little bit of a mishap with the streaming. But I'm gonna work on that, guys. I'm gonna make sure we get that all taken care of as far as getting our streams better and better. So a little bit of growing pains, guys, but make sure to hit that like. Oh, and now the stream health is excellent now. Go figure. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I wanted to just make sure that I spent a little time with you guys before my vacation next week. I'm already, can't wait for my next live stream and at TerraCon. So I will be there for Saturday only, but I'm going to make sure to live stream that next day. I'm going to be in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm going to try my best to do a little live streaming there as well, depending on how good my internet is. But it's going to be a good time, guys. Hit that like button. Comment in regards to anything you saw, and hit that subscribe button. Jeff, thanks again for hanging out with me, buddy. I'm going to make sure to get me some good sleep. Josh, thanks again as well. It really means a lot to me, you guys, hanging out with me and everything. But yeah, man, my plan is for us to get bigger and better in regards to the streaming and just the channel in general. So it is what it is. But